Hello and welcome, my name's Kevin, this is Do It for Bruce. We're here in Crusader Kings 3, a Warcraft Guardians of Azeroth 2 mod. Today, we're going to be exploring this mod a little bit. It's a total conversion mod, so it will be interesting to see. I know it's in its early alpha, so there's going to be some rough edges that we're going to experience, but for the most part, it seems like it is at least visually more like a Warcraft game. I think we're going to start out in 603 as the Prince Arthas, because that's where Warcraft 3 actually takes place, and that's where I kind of know any sort of lore. Have you ever played Warcraft 3 or WoW? I played both extensively. I played WoW during Vanilla Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, and then after that I stopped. Have you managed to get it to play for a while without crashing? Well, let's find out. I was playing a little bit yesterday and the day before for about like an hour or two, so it might start crashing, so we might have to cross that bridge. Things are not well in Lordaeron, and Prince Arthas might have something to do with it. He's the only male heir to King Tyrannus II of Lordaeron. Arthas has been preparing for his future duty by the best tutors Lordaeron can offer: Lord Uther Lightbringer with the Silver Hands, which is a paladin group, who trained the young prince as a paladin, skilled and devoted. Arthas is no king yet, serving his father as a commander and a vassal, eager to prove himself. Blah, 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 blah. Great. So yeah, here's the map. Down area over here that I don't really remember being a thing. I think that came later in WoW. Like I said, I only played Warcraft 3 and all the way through Wrath of the Lich King, so I kind of only know the lore up until then. After that, Cataclysm, and then whatever DLC came after that, I have no clue of what or when has that happened in those, so we'll see what's happened. It's funny because I primarily played as a rogue, undead rogue. That was probably my main character that I mostly played with. I don't remember really exploring any other classes. I think I dabbled as a hunter first when the game WoW first came out, and then after that I didn't really move that far into it. Creatures living on these fantastical lands. We got some high elves, we got some dark iron dwarves, we got some stormwind humans. I think there were some murlocs I saw over here. Yeah, so it's very interesting. Are these all playable? I wonder. I imagine they are, but you could just play as your own feel of them. As for, it looks like for the most part, all this stuff is pretty similar. I'm not seeing very big changes just yet. Maybe some different men-at-arms units, but for the most part, it looks like all these are the same as of now. There might be a couple decisions that we come up. Then there's these unions aspect. It's the Alliance versus the Horde versus the Union. I think this is a system that they're still working on, but it's essentially like a Horde versus Alliance mechanic that might come into play. So looks like we're Arthas right before his conversion into a undead boy, because that's what's about to happen here. Our poor Arthas dude is probably gonna have a rough couple years, because I've seen his quest line in Warcraft. I'm interested in how it plays out here in this mod. We have High King Tyrannus. My father calls upon me to investigate this rumors of a plague in the Northlands. My entire upbringing has prepared me for this moment. It is time to fulfill my duty. The plague apparently turns its victims into violent vessels. Local report described the dead being resurrected into something inhuman, created monsters, trouble in between the north, and I must quick to act. They just have a rough 14,000 troops, just chilling here. Also, what is this iceberg thing? Okay, so it is the Lich King, but they just make him look like a giant iceberg. That's silly. Before we get too far down the list, I just wanted to look at our culture and see if there's any big differences, if they've modded it at all. It looks like for the most part they're just using traditional traditions. There's no new ones there, but the faiths seem to be a little more fleshed out. They have magic doctrines on top of crimes and other things. All right. Finally entered the plague region. As we continue, we reach a abandoned farm and a granary. It looks as if the land around the granary was dying. The men are shaken and discover an abomination and armed skeletons encircling our expedition. Lock your shields and defend yourselves, boys. Behind the creatures, a group of robed mages retreat. One of them, we've been discovered, Kel'Thuzad. You love to see him make an appearance. We've been discovered. My brother flee and continue to operate. The hat must have been a real pain when he goes through doors. Just catching one of the horns. He probably has to duck a lot, or maybe he's just a little guy. He's just like ducks his head down to get in through the door. Maybe that's it. All right. So this is our foe Kel'Thuzad. Probably gonna take him out here in a second, because from what I remember is Warcraft 3 is we're gonna go down a pretty dark path with our man Arthas. It looks like the grain shipment has been shipped into this area, and this is where the culling of Stratholme begins, because you got to kill all the infected people, and that's what Arthas decides to do with his crew. Okay. The weary road draws to an end. In front of it lies the city of Stratholme, the home of the Order of the Silver Hand. My scouts return from the gates with wretched news. The people have already been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead. My men take positions outside the wall and await my orders. I know I will find Mal'Ganis inside, but this plague will bring destruction to the rest of our people. Our actions will have dire consequences, not only for the citizens, but our followers as well. Following my decisions, the torment, screams, and fierce battles echo through the streets. The boundary between living and undead, good and evil, blurs undistinguishable. Culling is unbroken during the day, and it continues far into the night. Flames of the burning cities illuminated in the dark sky. Our spirit are held up solely by the mad will. Inside the city, Mal'Ganis, but he does not perish here. Mal'Ganis directs us to settle the score in the Arctic lands of Northland, and we follow him to the ends of the earth. So far, our enchanted character Arthas has showed up, killed some zombies, then killed another zombie leader, and then just killed everybody in a single city. So cool. It's good stuff. It's good stuff so far, Arthas. To be honest, nothing goes over a good old purge. Nothing like a good old purge. All right. Frostmourne. Ooh, look at that. Look at that nice little blade. It gives us 7 prowess, natural dead plus 10, number of knights 1, movement speed this. A cursed rune blade of the Lich King. The blade imprisons souls, increases the blade's power. Natural dread up to 17 prowess and 30 natural dread. Frostmourne does not lose durability. Their wielder turns into the undead. In the case is killed, the soul is twisted, and they get evil traits like callous, vengeful, etc. Escape Mal'Ganis. We defeat the guardians of the cave. Nothing will stop Muradin and me from reaching it. Muradin kneels and reads the plaque on the altar. Hold, lad. There's an inscription on the dais. It's a warning. It's whomever takes up the blade shall wield power eternally, just as the blade rends flesh, as so much power can scar the spirit. Oh, I should have known the blade was cursed. Let's get the hell out of here. And then you're like, nah, dog, we need that power. We need the power. Short exchange of combat, I achieve an upper hand and drive Frostmourne into Dreadlord. As I pull out the rune blade, Mal'Ganis draws his final breath. With the corpse of the demon lord slowly disintegrating, the voice of the blade intensifies, guiding my beyond the veil of snow and mist as the shouts of men grow fainter with each step. Mal'Ganis returns to the Twisted Nether. Instead of dying, characters with demon traits return to the Twisting Nether. They get Twisting Nether trait, but can return to Azeroth 5-10 years. Oh, that's cool. I like that. You become a vassal of the Lich. You become undead, and you convert to this faith. You change your culture to Lich King. Damned. Sick. Hell yeah. Arthas' betrayal. After weeks of traveling, we finally made it back to Lordaeron. As we're walking through the streets, the people cheer with glee. For them, they think they see Prince Arthas the victorious, but I have changed. Those who dare to approach me speak what I have become. I left home with the sole purpose of vengeance, but now my purpose is greater. I've returned, Father. I push the door open. Father rises from his chair to greet me as I kneel. His voice fades into the background, and the voice of the blade echoes. Yes, it must be done. It is done. I feel no remorse, no shame, no pity, yet I've damned everyone and everything I've ever loved in the name of the Lich King. Nobles, commoners, it all done. All we serve me, the Lich King. We've, with the court, reshaped the county of Lordaeron, left burning word of what has occurred will spread just as fast as the burning flames to the land. I must act quickly, take advantage of the new chaos by purging the rest of the empire. Only then will we be able to withstand the invasion of the neighboring lands. So, when's the Scourge Plague? Holy light decreases in fervor. All right. Go to our... Wait, do we even have a court? No, it looks like we don't have a court. Do not have access to royal court. You do not have feudal or clan government. What kind of government are we? Necro. Ruled by the dead, violent by nature, and incapable of reproduction, they have to kill and resurrect the living in order to replenish their numbers. Looks like we do have some undead. I like their character models very much. They're very authentic. It'd be nice if you could get some undead with their lower jaw off. I remember that being a very prominent thing that would happen. You'd love to see it. All right. After this war, I think we'll go and look at the other tabs and see if there's anything, the other goofy things that we can find. All right, let's let's run it back. Let's go ahead and do this and this. Boom, boom, boom. Now let's vassalize all of our people, make them undead. Just pretty much just trying to bring scourge and destruction and all that to these people. What's so bad about that? Our demon jailers has been killed. Cool. Is Mal'Ganis too? Wait. Seems a little too soon for Mal'Ganis. Oh, we're just getting... Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what happens. It looks like that character was just going through all of his... Arthas was going through all of his things. A message has come from grave news. The Count of Soladin has fallen. The mysterious plague that lands has grown dry. Okay, so this is just this is like a general event, an event for the world to be happening. Cool. Now we're attacking over here for some reason. Do I get to control the Scourge Plague stuff or not really? The undead troops spawn in every county to where the plague spreads. You can see the plague modifiers if you click on the county. Plague. I wonder if there's other there's country language and stuff like that. That's not important to us right now. Development. So this is what it's like to be the leader of the just absolutely annihilating all the Eastern Kingdoms. Just with troop after troop after troop. How did they repel the plague in the game? In Warcraft, from what I can remember, is that essentially they pretty much, the northern kingdoms of the eastern area, of this area, just pretty much got. They just died. That's how they repelled them. They didn't survive. Or the people who did hold out, they had like holy energy or something like that. I think was one of the things that kept them afloat. I feel like I might be misremembering that, but in WoW, pretty much Lordaeron is pretty much all undead at this point, and is completely controlled by Sylvanas's like Forsaken. Let's go mess up Silver, these kids, and see if we can take over their lands. Courage invasion. Oh, we just have an invasion type thing. Wow. To start the plague, lose 75 Dark Frenzy. It's a scheme. Okay. Death must thrive. It is time to unleash a plague that will not only decimate, but also empower my armies. For that, I need to choose the starting place. Should we start it in the county of this one? Or should we start it in this county? We'll start it in an outlying one, such as, sure, Plague time, baby. It's been many years since you have ascended to the throne of your country and considered more since you have come of age. In light of this, your council is the most notable courtiers have ever proposed a celebration of your long reign. The hell? Suggesting that you should be known as the sage, as the old. Sure. I love it. I love it. They're just like, my dearest emperor, it's time for you to be known as the old. We need to put your ass on. your ice ass is now known as the old. Plague time, baby. King is very watchful. Oh, damn it. The plague begins. Preparations have come to fruition. The affection to gain stored in the silos, grain silos in the county of Stromglen has distributed all across the county, unbeknownst to the king again. Soon chaos ensures the dead. Yeah, this mechanic is very OP. You just throw in. Oh my god, it's just not fair. It's absolutely not fair. I'm just ravaging this poor kingdom. Like, I didn't have to do anything, but oh lord. Let's go ahead and attack their main seat of power. I think that's the move. Yeah. They're gonna simply destroy everything with the, yeah, easily ravaging the land of the elves. Good stuff. This one goes over here. Just at this point, we're just doing a paint simulator, a Scourge paint simulator. That's what we were all about. We could create the empire. What would that do? That wouldn't really do anything for us. So, are we a part of us? Shadowmoor. Okay. No, we don't have any children. We are only obscure. We're only getting renowned 2 months, so it's not really. The renown system's not built for an Ice King or a Lich King. Really doesn't provide for us as well as it should. Settlements in the area, so it doesn't really matter where we start it. We can just start it in Stormwind proper. See if the king can even deal with it. Do it. Plague upon your house. Plague army. Plague army. Plague army. You love to see a plague army. Oh wow, this mechanic is absolutely devastating. Do you see this? I've not done anything, and the plague army is just amassing. All right, all these counties become us, and wow, we just gobbled all that land up. Holy smokes. The poor humans, they had no chance. The plague army is too strong. Yeah. Like I said, it'd be fun to probably play for like a week of WoW and then just be like, that was my tipping my toe back in and then immediately getting out, because I could see myself falling hopelessly back into that trap of playing. Who's gonna be left in the alliance now? It's just gonna be the gnomes and the. It's pretty much just gonna be the gnomes and their ilk hanging out at Nomergon. The rest of the alliance has been utterly crushed because the night elves haven't joined it, right? No, night elves have no interest in joining the alliance because there's no who's that demon lord that props up to cause problems for everybody? All right, well, I think that's a pretty good understanding of this mod. So far, so good. Things are, I think, progressing nicely for them. I think they've done a really, really good job of like taking all the lore and different races and stuff like that and condensing it down. Obviously, there's still so much that they can do, but I think this is a really good starting place. I think they're going to like from the Steam page, they say they're going to work on getting the magic system, Legion Invasion, crash landing of the Ixodar event, map expansion to include the Broken Isles, additional province islands and navigable rivers, new Warcraft artifacts, events, histories, and much more. Right now they have the map they've gotten down pat. They have some legendary artifacts, art additions, some military units and stuff like that. But I think it's a really good start.